So today's lesson is a lovely lesson. Abdul becomes a courtier. Now we are going to learn a very interesting, fun lesson. So sit up straight, don't get distracted, and let's enjoy this story. Abdul becomes a courtier. Father, who is a schoolmaster, is getting ready to school. Now, this is a dialogue, we call this a dialogue writing. So, it's a dialogue between a father and a son. And now we're going to listen to the dialogue. Abdul, Father, to knowledge and erudition I aspire. To study hard, read deep, and deep books I require. Will you lend me a little gold? Books I'll buy and study to rise high in the world. Father, only the first half of the month has passed, but alas, the money doesn't last. Great books and manuscripts are so expensive. They are treasures rare and exclusive. But from my school, I'll try to borrow books that will take you to a brighter tomorrow. Abdul, that will be great. How eagerly I wait. Now, this little boy has a lot of quest, a lot of eagerness to learn, to educate himself. And his father's a poor schoolmaster who cannot afford good books for him. In the evening, when father returns, how many books could you get? Oh, now my life will all be set. I am so sorry, son. Couldn't lay my hands on even one. Now there's a background dialogues going on. Poor Abdul is sad and dejected. Ponders why my wishes are thus rejected. Continues to do his daily chores. Reads borrowed books in tens and scores. An idea then crosses his mind to serve the rich and get paid in kind. So he's like, if my daddy's having struggle, I might as well start working in some rich person's house who has lots of books and they will give me their books. I don't want salary. I will take their books to learn. So he's got so much of eagerness to learn. Imagine what an inspiration he is. And here we children have everything with us at the access, but we don't want to study. So let's learn something from Abdul. And how does God bless him when you have a good intention? Let's see. Abdul approaches a rich merchant. I'm a poor student. Give me a chance to serve. Observe my work and pay only what I deserve. You appear to be smart. Be my clerk. I'll pay you well if honestly you work. Some days pass. The merchant calls Abdul. Merchant, I am pleased with your work and loving care. You are indeed a gem, quite rare. Now the person who he's working for is very impressed with him. I'll give you a reward if you demand it's fair. Now the master says, the merchant, then I'll give you a reward because you worked really well. So Abdul could have asked for money and all. Let's see what he asks. Excited. May I now read the books in your store? Quench my thirst for knowledge. I need nothing more. Chorus. Days passed. He learned and learned, gaining the knowledge for which he yearned. Philosophy, astronomy, Arabic, and Persian. Abdul the scholar now is one in a million, will come to the emperor's notice. Will he be given an honorable office? Now, he worked with the merchant for so long that he was able to learn astronomy, philosophy, Arabic, Persian. He's now become a scholar. He's learned and become so bright. Friends, news for you, Abdul. Emperor has answered your prayer. The royal Murgi Khana is now under your care. Abdul is like, what? I'm a scholar. I've learned so much. And master is giving me Murgi Khana. Murgi Khana. He got very disturbed. But he's not the one to shun from his responsibility. He says, okay, what? The Murgi Fana for me, a scholar? Intellectual, sagacious, astute, made a poultry keeper? Never mind. See, immediately he changes. The chance I won't refuse. It's an opportunity. I'll put it to good use. So he says, it's okay. If that's what the master feels that I should, the king feels that I am worthy of being a Murgi Khana keeper. What is Murgi Khana keeper, girls? A person who takes care of hens and chicks. And he says, okay, I'll accept it with pride because if that's what the king wants from me, so be it. Now, how he works in the Murgi Khana is what is exemplary, what is something to learn from him. Abdul worked with conviction and zeal and passion. The hens were given a new kind of ration. The birds seemed to be in the pink of health. But nothing was spent from the emperor's well. This is what happens when you're well learned and you're an experienced person. You make good use of your knowledge. Now what happens? He comes and he changes the whole ration of the hens. And now everybody wants to know that how, from where all the food has come, how the hens are all healthy. Emperor, how is that? Why are we spending so little on our hens? Have most of them died in the pens? Now what is the emperor thinking? That this fellow who's come, the new Murgi Khana, he's not doing his job well and I'm sure all my hens are dead. That's why so much less money is getting spent from my coop. The grains and all, nothing is getting used. I am sure my hens have died. Minister, know your majesty, they are alive and well. The secret of their health only Abdul can tell. So he says, no master, you're wrong. The hens are doing very well. They are all gabbu gabbu. They are all become strong and fat. Now Abdul enters and bows before the emperor. Emperor, how come you spend so little on our hens? How do you nourish them at no expense? Now the king is wondering, how are you making them strong and healthy if you're not spending any money? Jahapana, your humble servant feeds them well. Food from the royal kitchen, if I may tell. But only scraps and shells and kitchen waste. That's enough for the hens. They relish the taste. It's good for their health. See how they thrive. Waste not, want not. That's my drive. So he says, my dear majesty, don't worry. You all used to buy grains and feed the animals. I don't buy. From the kitchen, a lot of food gets wasted. Rice, then there is birds, fruit peels, then there is shells of eggs. The birds love, the hens love all this food. So I give them good food. So what the servants are throwing in the dustbin, I am reusing it for the good of the animals. Now, emperor is impressed. Nobody had done this so many years. Interesting, young man. You seem to have brains. We'll put you in charge of the library for all your pains. Oh no, now again he's not made a minister, but he's made in charge of the library. Oh no, not again. Only a keeper of books. He wished to be a courtier. How sad he looks. Abdul, never mind. I love books. See, he's so positive. In all the negative situations, he's using okay, why I'm given this, why I'm grumbling. He doesn't sit down and grumble. He uses his talents in whichever position he's given. That is something you have to learn. We children always want, arey, my teacher didn't select me for this. She made me do this. Do the best in whatever you're given. Never mind. I love books. I'll get to work. I'll handle this well. My duties I won't shirk. Shirk means I won't run away from my duties. After 1 year, imagine the emperor doesn't give him any change for a whole year. The emperor is looking at the books in the library. Now see the fun. Emperor, what? All these books have such expensive jackets? Surely they've cost a fortune. Silk, brocades and velvets. Now, Abdul had put all the books were all just kept like that. But when Abdul went in charge of the books library, He put jackets, he put covers of lovely, lovely material for all his books. Now the emperor's like, you save money in the Murgi Khana and you have wasted all the money in the library? What is wrong? Abdul, no, your majesty, the expenses were none. Now the emperor saying, what? I can't believe it. Then how was it done? If you've not spent any money, then how you put such expensive jackets for the books? Please tell me. Your majesty, I observed that the formal requests were sent to you in bags made of fabric best. When the papers were read, the bags were discarded. Why waste the silk, velvet, brocade? I demanded. The royal tailors made the jackets. Nothing did they take. Each book was dressed for your majesty's sake. So what happened? When all the edits and the story, each kingdom used to send letters to other kingdoms. So those letters used to come in lovely, lovely, like wrapped in a good bag or a good roll with beautiful fabric. So see his brains. He says it is anyways, they used to make you read the letter and they used to file the letters, but the bags were thrown. So I used those bags and I went to the tailors. I said, can you make book covers for me? I want to put for the king's books. So they did not charge me any money and I got book covers. See how he's using his intellectual brain. You're a great merit, I realized much earlier. See what the king says. See this statement. You're a great merit, I realized much earlier. That means during the Murgi Khana time only he realized that Abdul is a wise man. But he tested him to see whether I put him in small positions, how he will do. I'm happy to announce you are now my courtier. Wits and brains and perseverance helped Abdul achieve his aim. Patience, determination won him great name and fame. Imagine a poor schoolmaster's son is become a king's minister, all because of his three important qualities. Wit, to have common sense. Brains, to use your brains. All are blessed with good brains. Perseverance, to never give up, to never say, why I'm given small jobs, why can't I be given a big job? Why Miss gave that girl such a big part and for me only one line? But everybody will say that girl said that one line so well. That is the mark you leave. That is the impression you leave in people's minds. That people love your work. Don't think about the size of your work. Think about your ability to give your best. Did you understand the lesson, children?